Right, we're just heading into the meadows. Let's hope we can see our people. Ooh.
I'm a people. I'm one of our people.
You are one of our people. One of our two.
Go too far backwards.
No.
Hello.
Hello. Are you handing out flyers for shows?
We are. No, today this is not a show. We're not going to be singing and dancing.
Very good.
I'm afraid, but you'll find plenty of that around.
Yeah, we've been bombarded all the way.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see you. Lovely.
Nice better weather today.
It is, isn't it? Last time.
Well, we were under that tree there.
Trying to get some shelter.
I'm thinking, oh dear, that was a roll of thunder.
Yeah. So it was a right choice to postpone it, and I'm glad you're here. So I don't know if we've had little chats. Have you spoken to some European friends?
Yes, some Irish people.
Okay.
They could not understand how we voted to leave, and why we didn't vote for independence. Why didn't you do it?
Neither could we.
Yeah. But I said, some of it had to do with that people were told that they would have to leave the EU if they voted for independence. And, 62% want to remain in the EU. So maybe they heeded that. So they said, well, they pulled the wool over your eyes. I had to agree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they said there was a lot of misinformation in the Brexit campaign, so I had to agree.
So they took a leaflet.
They took
Further
one, yeah.
Yeah, bring on being sick.
All right, okay. Hi, Paddy. Oh, yeah. Marlene and Tuna from Indie Podcast are here.
He called it a scam.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, just. I was going to come dial into your meeting, but I don't think we're going to be able to clash us with something else.
Oh, too many things.
Too many things.
You need to superposition yourself.
This is the thing. There is so much going on. I mean, people think there's nothing.
Look at it just now.
There's so much going on in the internet as well. I mean, we're really busy. We're at things
that's
every
good.
weekend.
Yes.
This is Rick, Radical Independence.
Yes, it's radical independence.
What's your current focus then?
Well, it has been on anti-fascism, and particularly anti-reform UK. So the last two council by-elections and things, we've been leafleting, saying don't vote reform, they're not what they claim to be.
That was a great leaflet you did, not what it said on the tin, because we did a video version of it.
And some people apparently thought that it was a reform leaflet because it had a picture of Farage on it.
It was the colours as well, it was reform
But
colours.
I think that wasn't a bad thing because, it's people who might vote for him who we want to get to reach.
And that's the thing. Once you start looking under the claims, there's nothing there.
There's a kind of mad, feverish, displaced anger, isn't there?
Yes.
I think and maybe some of that anger is justified, but it's placed on all the wrong targets, isn't it? We were also involved. Some of our colleagues were involved with Leslie Riddick, looking at local government, and there was a paper written by one of our colleagues, Richard in Stirling, was just kind of looking at that bottom-up approach as well, that it's not, Scottish independence is more than just, a strong centralised, government in Holyrood. There's also, to some extent, local government. It's not wholly local government. So Leslie Riddick's thing is in comparison to Sweden and other countries.
The SNP is very centralist as well.
It's very centralist as well. That's a mild criticism. The flamingo.
Oh yeah, the
flamingo. Is it Manfred Mann's song, Pretty Flamingo? We're not talking about that song. We're talking about, just the tensions there between, environmental sustainability and democratic needs and kind of wider kind of government concerns, you know. There's a wider debate also about democracy. What do we, you know, we kind of bandy that word about, but in reality, I could argue, but I would assert that 21st century is a very parsimonious form of democracy.
That's to do with how much they enjoyed it.
I've got a whole batch of big banners. It's astonishing how many we've got for various purposes.
Because in Spain, well-stocked table. I like to see that.
Business with Scotland to be thanked for this.
Yes,
They're producing the stuff.
Stuff.
As they produce it, we'll use it.
And this is the, what did he call it? Roll of, what did he call it?
It does have a name. What's the name is? I can't quite remember, but it's pretty. You know, whatever your hope or wishes for Scotland are.
Oh, that's nice, and it's nice to have some of them in French.
I think we have French, we have Japanese today, but
Really, hoping for a welcome.
Rugby believe in Scotland are 52 for one there.
we're missing the top for
Quite a few
this.
about rent control, interestingly.
Yeah, well, that's living rent is a, as you know,
In this part of town, it's probably quite an issue.
and my brother Arthur, he actually just stokes up the prices. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Vous la paix dans le monde et les costs de retour dans les UE. Oh yes, yes please. That's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, it is lovely. Yeah. You're thinking what to write.
I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
What do you think about, you know, Scotland becoming independent? Have you had much to do with that since you've been over, or?
Well, I try to be careful because I'm not Scottish, so I don't want to impose my thoughts. But I do think, personally, that Scotland should be independent and join the EU, just because I think we live in a very divided world, and it would be nice if people would unite together and stop being so individualistic.
Yeah. You agree with the?
Yeah, definitely, because I voted for independence and for Remain to against Brexit, and I think it's a terrible idea. I still think I'm totally against Brexit and Farage and the rise of the far right.
I know, and especially your age group, you want a future where you can freely move around the EU and have all those advantages. So it was more of a big deal maybe for your generation.
I mean, I was quite fortunate when I was in university. I was able to go onto the Erasmus scheme, and that's been sort of closed for current university pupils, and I saw a lot of money come into the Crawley for artistic projects, because I work at a film festival.
All right.
And so that's made us harder to get films in and out as well, and I've seen sort of money go down for funding and stuff. So
and difficult for artists to get in.
And I think especially cultural enrichment comes from everywhere, and to cut yourself off seems pointless.
So I didn't catch your name.
I'm Jim.
Jim, and from Yes Marchmont?
Yes,
indeed. Oh, I used to live up
indeed.
Marchmont. That was a long time back when I was at Edinburgh University.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what are you thinking at the moment about the position of us in Scotland and this election coming up next year?
It's tough. It's tough, I suppose. But I think you've just got to keep putting the word out and trying to keep explaining things to people.
Yeah.
And doing your best to use every means you can to promote things, really, which is why I'm here today, taking some pictures for the group that we'll put out on social media and try and get something. I think it's always good to have a thing like the Roll of Hope, and actually get people to actually write things
Oh,
down.
is that what you call that? It's a long bit of what looks like wallpaper.
Wallpaper,
yeah.
correct,
No,
yes.
it's great. I was
Yes,
reading
so
some
they're
of
all a
it.
hope, you know,
Smashing,
because
actually.
We've done things before at the Meadows Festival to get people to put stickers on things. Do you want this or that or the next thing? But I think this was a really good idea to get people to actually say what they think could be better, because that's the
and
whole
a good
thing
time of year to do it. I mean, there's certainly comments from it. There's a really nice comment in French that's there. It's lovely.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
It's good to get that international thing as well in, because we don't want to be insular looking inwards. One of the last things you want to do is be standing handing out leaflets during the Fringe, because everybody's got a bag of 10 million
actually.
for every Fringe show under the sun.
I know, we just walked up
And
from
therefore it's
Waverley,
just
and
trying
then
to
you're
do
all
something
you're always kind of
different,
saying,
you know?
"Oh no, sorry, can't no we do it
The
there."
Fringe is up.
It's amazing you just with a wee phone and a wee funny mic what you can do now,
I'm just admiring your flag.
Oh, thank you.
To be careful wearing something like that these days.
I know, but
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
yeah.
I feel like Scotland's pretty safe for it.
It sort of depends, because the first protest they had after the prescription, we were having a vigil outside court, and a lady got arrested because on previous occasion she'd had a sign saying Palestine Action.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know your rights now.
Yeah.
You do, and there was a young lassie got arrested yesterday in Glasgow, and just for holding. I don't even think it was a particularly, a demo. I think she was on her own, or it was a small number of people. Her placard said, "I'm against genocide. Let's help Palestine."
What a terrible
So Glasgow
sentiment.
being Glasgow, there was this crowd. Like the bobbies didn't look happy doing it, but they did have to arrest her. This crowd around them shouting, "This is Glasgow. Let that lassie go."
Absolutely.
Awful.
I mean, I'd also heard it said that they're just trying to see what they can get away with.
I mean, and up here, yeah, I know it's the Scottish police force and everything, and Scottish law, but actually terrorist law is under the, it's looked after by Westminster. So I suppose if they're told they have to do something, then they have to. But I'm here doing a little bit of filming for Scottish Independence podcasts.
I won't speak for you.
You pro-independence yourself, or?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, is this literally just about independence? Because I've been getting increasingly uncomfortable with the current SNP government on their views on other subjects. So
yeah.
I apologise.
As things stand, I can't vote for the SNP at the moment because I disagree with some of their policies. I am in support of independence, but
yes. That makes it tough when it comes to the Holyrood election, doesn't it? Because there's people who have definitely kind of reservations about some of their policies.
I mean, you can't vote for one thing that you support if it also means going against other things you support. This is the thing.
Well, I suppose you have to think about priorities, maybe. And
at the moment, we're leaning towards other groups losing their rights or having the threat of their rights removed. So I can't vote for that. So if the SNP wants my vote, then they need to improve their policies in other areas.
I mean, I know that's a principled position. I'm not criticising it at all, and you won't be the only person who is having that kind of tussle with yourself. How would you feel at the end of it, though, we end up with a Labour, Lib Dem, Farage,
the trouble is there's far
government.
too much weight put on the voters and not on the politicians.
Yeah, but election is about the voters. That's where we have a choice.
But the politicians need to listen to the voters more.
Yeah.
If they don't want to lose their seats, then they need to listen more to what we want and what we don't want.
Okay.
You can't just say, oh, it's the voters' fault for not voting for the right person if the person isn't showing themselves to be the right person.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just asking, what would it feel like to be back with Holyrood in the hands of unionists parties?
I would, to be honest, feel it's the SNP's fault. They got themselves into this position. To be honest.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, I'm interested in. I would be gutted actually myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
But I mean, that's not just Holyrood, it's also Westminster. They're also kind of dangerously heading towards, there's an increasing danger that reform will get in, and it's because people are frustrated with the government. The government's not delivering what people actually voted for.
Would you end up maybe not voting next year?
I will vote.
All right, okay. There are other indie options after all. Yeah.
I will probably vote.
Yeah.
I won't vote Labour as things stand. I'll definitely never vote Conservative. Probably not going to vote SNP unless they radically change their policies between now and the election.
Yeah.
There are other options.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, not just Holyrood but also Westminster, are angry and frustrated, feel they're not being listened to.
Yeah.
I know it's difficult for the politicians, but I know there are politicians who are, do listen, do know what people's concerns are, but I think there's too many that don't, particularly the ones at the top.
I think the Yes for EU folk are finding it a bit difficult because they've got leaflets, but we've had to run a gauntlet from the station of 20 or 30 leaflets for film shows, and you get very good at just sort of, fielding them, and I think that's what's happening here. People are going, it's another show.
It's got one or two things. I mean, I like that roll of
the banner
wallpaper.
was very good.
The roll of, it's called a Banner of Hope.
Banner of Hope,
It's
and there
great.
was some really good comments on it. There was one in Japanese, who knows what they said. There was a couple of French ones.
Yeah.
There was one little guy said, I don't want England and Scotland to separate. You think, well, okay, it's an opinion.
Joy, come on, move up,
Yeah,
But yes, it is quite difficult, isn't it? Because it's just that time in Edinburgh.
Yeah, and I think what we're trying to do, they're either going somewhere, or if they've got kids with them, they're probably English, because it's still the English school holidays, so they maybe don't have quite such a strong opinion on Scotland in the EU.
Yeah.
So how has your morning been?
Our morning has been very good. We spoke to a few people from the EU who are always very supportive of Scotland being back and wish us well.
Very good.
Yeah.
We saw a fabulous banner of all the different, was it Wishes for Scotland or something? There's quite a few in different languages. Banner of Hope.
Yeah, wishes and dreams for Scotland.
Yeah,
so.
That's Yes Morningside that they've been collecting those comments. Yeah. It's always good to work with Yes Morningside and Marchmont. This is their patch actually.
Their patch, and you had Radical Independence as well. Rick was down there.
Yeah, we got a corner of their table, which was useful for our flyers.
So it was a truly collaborative event this morning. So
which is kind of what we need, isn't it? Groups working
Just to be
together.
more collaborative again.
Yeah, that's
It's good to see the Yes movement pulling together like that.
and thank you for being here as well.
Absolutely. What about plans then? Because you two were and us. We were over in over in
showing the
at the EU Parliament.
Well, the report's coming out very soon.
Yes.
I mean the issue has been there's so many people have contributed to it, but I think it's finally there.
Yeah, so we're in the final stages of the report, which will go out to politicians, ministers and MSPs, so we're hoping to distribute it quite widely. So
are you going to have a launch of it?
It would be something that we could actually do.
It would be nice to do that,
I mean, even just in front of the Holyrood or something, if we could film something.
That's true.
Maybe the 4th of September would be the date. We could discuss that. So maybe a small launch for that, and then discussing the next steps in the middle of September. We're going to meet again and discuss the next steps of the project. Hopefully, do another trip to Brussels with even bigger, involvement from MEPs. Hopefully, so that's what we.
And it would be good if when we were over before, there was the thoughts actually from the MEPs that they could come over and do visits, not specifically to do with independence, but them just coming over, speaking to
They seem
people
to be
over
keen,
here
didn't
about
they?
their own interests. But
particularly on energy and Erasmus Plus and all of that. So,
Yeah, they seemed very keen, so we're still hopeful that
Yeah.
that will also happen before the end of the year.
we haven't got long.
We haven't got long,
No,
so
we need to
get
organise it.
get cracking.
Yes,
Get everybody out of their holiday mode. And, So, yeah.
Good. Great. Oh, well, lovely to see you.
And you.
We'll catch up. Give us a shout whenever you're doing something.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Bye.
very much.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to make sure you're following us and subscribe to us, then you get notified every time we put something new out, so you don't miss anything. That would be great. Also, you can click the little bell if you're watching on YouTube.
And sign up for our mailing list. You can do that from the website, and we always send one out at the beginning of each month to tell you what's happening. Last but not least, you can buy us a coffee on coffee.com.